Greetings, I'm Chappers.
And I'm the captain.
That's the first time I've greeted and saluted with the left hand. Felt kind of awkward.
That's the first time I've slapped my thigh.
It was some kind of
Whittington style.
theatrical pirate event.
So, who would like to know exactly what difference we can get in sound and feel between the cheapest Stratocaster that we can find in the store versus
the most expensive Fender Stratocaster you can get in the store? I reckon they would like to know, Lee.
Okay,
right then, let's find an expensive Stratocaster.
Yeah, so we're in a room with about £100,000 worth of Fender Strats in it. We're looking for expensive guitars. So
oh wow, there's one.
This
oh my
one's
God.
only £2,500. That's nothing like enough.
I found one here.
Yeah.
For £3,023.
What's £23?
It's the postmodern.
Now I do like the postmodern. It is probably my favourite. There is a Rory Gallagher tribute model here for £3,483.
Wow.
Or there is a Mischief Maker.
Holy hell!
Which is like half Telecaster, half Stratocaster. I don't know if that does that mean it's not a Stratocaster.
It's a Strat. What is it? What is it?
It's a Tele neck on a Strat body.
I don't know if it qualifies,
Probably
but it is £3,695
it does from a price point of view. What else is there? Do you know what? I mean, I do like the old Journeyman. They are my favourite, but equally.
Well, there's also this Fender Custom Shop Artist Inspired 61.
Oh, you mean the one that might look a bit like a guitar that maybe someone
£2,699. What would you go for?
Well, it's a Strat.
Yeah.
It's not half a Tele, half a Strat, and it's the most expensive one in here.
It's this one.
I suppose we ought to go for this.
Wow. That is a stunning looking machine.
A faithfully destroyed, it's beyond relic, isn't it? It's beyond distress, it's destroyed remake of Rory Gallagher's favourite Strat.
And what's that? Are they actually, how did they do that?
Well, there must have been a mark on there that Rory Gallagher carved into his own guitar, and they've just copied it. Don't know why.
And they've even got where they took the machine heads off and put new ones on.
No idea.
That's
even, honestly, where Rory used to write his name and he used to draw these little
custom Fender Shop logos.
Yeah, it's just super authentic.
That's amazing.
Right, so let's go and see what we can find in the section where mere mortals shop. Let's go. Well, look where we found
Looky what we found. This guitar's sweating more than a crock in a boot store.
Well, it looks like a Strat, it smells like a Strat, and it says the words Fender Squier Bullet Strat at the top of the headstock, so I guess it must be a Strat. But surely there's like a 1 or a 0 missing from this price tag.
No, Lee, it's just £115.
That's ridiculous. I've spent more on a pair of trousers.
I spent more on a meal.
Have you really?
Probably not.
I completely believe that, actually.
But does this sound better or worse than this?
Absolutely no different at all. Let's go find out. was one of my favourite jams I've had with you in ages.
Knippen i fissen! I don't know. What's better than that? Wait, let me kick another Paul Gilbert pick. Let me kick another Paul Gilbert kick. Let me kick another Paul Gilbert pick.
Oh my God. Hang on.
They're so floaty light.
Let me do it for him.
Yay! Well, that's a good guitar, isn't it?
Do you know what? Okay, so this is easier to play. This has got a thinner neck, lighter strings on it, and is easier to play, and absolutely for a beginner would be so much more appropriate than this guitar, not least because of the fact it's a 30th of the price. But for the ability to inspire
tone,
you know, what everything to me about a Strat should sound like, an old Strat should sound like, especially through this amp, which is glorious. This is just phenomenally.
Is it phenomenally worth the money though?
Well, you know, lest we.
Is it worth it?
Is it worth it? And again, you know, guys out there who are, you know, still at college or still at school, or maybe you know, they're working their arse off to just try and clear enough money to pay the mortgage every month. They are absolutely going to go, why would you ever not want a guitar like this? Because this, you know, this is affordable and it stays in tune and it makes good notes.
If you didn't tell me how much that was worth and you gave it to me, would I have said £115? No way.
Yeah. I mean, I wonder if, rather than necessarily criticising this for being too expensive, should we not just be going,
that's too cheap?
This is too cheap.
It is too cheap.
I mean,
that should be at least $299.
I just kind of think that, again, it's like this is throwaway money, isn't it?
Well, to some people.
Yeah, okay, fine. But you know, when you think to yourself, when it comes around to Christmas, and
you're going to spend 115
Mum and Dad are literally just going, oh no, little Johnny wants the brand new Call of Duty and he wants the brand new FIFA 2018 or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah.
That's what one of these costs.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll have completed those levels and be bored of that and probably, you know, sat in front of the TV being unhealthy.
Call of Duty won't get you laid. That will. Do your son a favour.
Quite possibly not the selling point I was looking for.
Or do your daughter a favour.
Oh. No. Yes. Do not. Oh no. Here we go.
I have a son.
I've just had a moment now
You
where
have
I'm
a
sort of
daughter?
thinking.
Do you want your daughter to play guitar when she grows up?
I do want her to learn to play the guitar, but not for reasons of making herself more popular with boys.
Absolutely. What about more popular with my boy?
Oh no! Can you imagine if that turned out?
That's probably the only girl I would ever let my boy have a kind of a relationship with is your daughter. If you were happy with it, obviously.
Yeah,
we should have a dad pact.
Exactly.
We should have a dad pact that we're okay for our kids to be together.
I right now,
and when they're 18 and they watch this video.
Right.
Fingers well.
Can you imagine?
Fingers well.
when your daughter's 18 and my boy's 18, Theodore and Grace.
Except for the fact that my daughter will be 21 when yours is 18.
Okay.
So
many things occur. So then we should watch this video. Hi Thea, sorry you're 18, you're watching this video. I've just agreed that it's fine for you to date Lee's daughter Grace. Yeah. Grace, I'm really sorry, but your father has agreed that it's fine.
This is like some sort of arranged marriage, basically.
It's like an arranged date. If by the age of 18 to 21 you haven't got a partner, then probably, we're just saying it's fine.
No. I'm sorry. That's if you can find her, as Grace will be locked in a nunnery off of some sort of minor Scottish island under secret location.
It's the Scottish island in probably Skye. Try Skye.
To these, I mean, you really, for me, I think Leo Fender would be unbelievably proud of what Fender have achieved with the Squier Bullet, because I do think that a big part of his ethos was to make affordable was to make just good quality, affordable instruments. And I think he would have just gone, I mean, we do have to accept that on today's money, even if you're on minimum wage in the UK, this is like 15 or 16 hours
right
salary.
That's fair play.
I mean, you go back to when my dad talks about the sort of guitars they used to sell, in the 60s and stuff like that. It would be like a month's salary to just get an affordable, to start playing guitar. And again, he used to tell these stories of like, so like, kids of our age, or, kids of our age, kids of like, if when we started playing, is what I meant, would go into the shop with their mum and dad, and it'd be like, Mrs. Chapman, hello, Mr. Anderton, hello, Mrs. Chapman. We won't northern, but we'll just do that for effect. And then it would be like, Rob wants to learn to play guitar. Okay, it's like, it's £15 this guitar, or, £25 this guitar, whatever like that. And it's like, would it be all right if I paid you £2 a week for, like the next 6? And it'd be like, okay, Mrs. Chapman, don't be late with your £2 every Monday.
Wow.
But, and now we're talking about a perfectly acceptable guitar that is like a, 2 days wages, which is insane. Although, of course, if we take this, and this is, if you're on an above average salary, this is still a month's money, isn't it? A month and a half's salary. This is probably more in keeping with what a guitar might have cost you 50, 60 years ago.
Right. So what you're saying is this is priced in time traveling.
No, I mean, this is top of the range for Fender. This is that you're paying for custom shop, which is expensive. You're paying for relicking, which is tons of people,
because you see all this paint they've taken off was originally on it.
Yeah,
so they had to paint it, let it dry, then they had to take it off.
The perverse thing with relics is that yes, they are dearer. So the distressed ones are dearer than the non-distressed ones. I very much am of the opinion on that it's really not fair to troll someone because they happen to like that, even if you don't. I think you should absolutely accept that. If you don't like it, it's completely fine to go, I wouldn't like that guitar, I wouldn't want to buy that guitar. And if you do like it, that should be fine as well.
I do like the attention to detail with the one different brand of tuner, the little tiny biro marks and little
I kind of
holes
find
where
that
it changes the
they
tuners.
do that on things like the Dave Gilmour and the Rory Gallagher, where and Gibson do the same when they're doing their kind of tribute guitars. The damage is kind of so consistently done across multiple guitars, almost it becomes almost a bit weirdly contrived, because you're going, could you we're going to we've got 50 orders for Rory Gallagher Strats, Mr. Fender Custom Shop, could you make those over the next couple of weeks? And and somebody then literally will go, okay, I'll just damage 50 guitars identically. It's like weird, but that's essentially
it's the world in which we live, isn't it? So which would you rather have then?
Well, it's unquestionably I'd rather have the £3,000. I mean, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't rather have? You've really, really got to not like relicking to go, I'd rather have this one than this one.
Well, YouTube, I'd like to ask all of you, which do you think is more worth the money? Which one did you prefer the sound of? And let us know in the comment section below.
More worth the money. How could this possibly not win that?
Well, that's up to the viewers.
Fight.
We should have the audacity to give them the concept of that. Sorry, Mr. Honore is doing something disgusting.
I just think this and the whole of the Squier range. Let's be fair. We could have, if you'd have gone up to Classic Vibe, which we may do in another video where we take like top of the range Squier versus bottom of the range Fender, and then there'll only be a very small price differential between them. But Classic Vibe particularly would be more that. It would be getting towards more of that kind of feel and vibe. But there's something there's something about expensive guitars, and I totally get it. I get till the cows come home. You don't need to tell me. You know, once you get above 1,000 to 1,500 pounds on a Fender Strat, everything above that, the quality,
diminishing returns.
Yeah, the steps of quality become, you know, the price you pay for small amounts extra becomes vast, and for a lot of people, they'll pick a £3,000 guitar and go, I don't even like it as much as the £1,500 one. So it's all subjective.
There's one stat that I really love from Lee that I'd like to hear before we end this video, which is, how many of those could you buy for the price of this?
30.
Ha! 30 guitars.
Yes, probably.
That's insane.
Yeah, almost exactly, I think. So, but what would be the point? You can only play one at a time.
You own 30 guitars.
Yeah, but why not play the one amazing one rather than 30 pretty good ones?
More guitars equals better.
Yeah, I had a question. Honestly, I have my Captain Anderton Facebook page. People message me all the time on that, and I do my best to reply to them all. And a guy said, I've got £1,000 to spend. Should I buy like an Epiphone Dot and an Epiphone SG and an Epiphone Les Paul, or a Fender, you know, whatever? It was 3 guitars that cost £1,000. Or should I just buy a £1,000 Les Paul? And I went, well, you're kind of asking the wrong person, really, because for me, I own 7 or 8 guitars, and they're all £1,000, £2,000 and upwards, or whatever it is. Like that. So I would only want to add to that collection.
Yeah, like, is he gigging? Does he need an extra tuning? Does he need a backup guitar? You know,
yeah, I didn't really go into that. No, I don't think he was. I think he was just an enthusiastic guitar player who just wanted to know, what should he do?
There you go.
You know, but and I said that to him. You know, if you only have like one guitar at the moment, maybe you should go and buy 3.
You know what? Go to the store, buy the guitar that you get most excited about. End.
That's the truth, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the world's truth.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
That's what you do. That's Danish.
It means buy the best guitar that you can afford in Danish.
Yeah. I've been Rob Chappers.
He's gone. In Danish. Pete's laughing. Probably means or something like that. I'm sick. To all my Danish friends.
See you later, guys. End. This is Rory from the UK. Tell me about Rory.
So he edits videos. Rory's awesome.